All right, so here is my Hunter rundown for this week's Crota's End challenge on Master difficulty, which is for the Crota encounter itself. The challenge is to take Crota's shield down in one go. So you can do this with 3 swords easily. 2 swords is a little bit more of a challenge. I am the first sword bearer in this gameplay that you will see after this overview. And basically my setup here is just for pure damage. If you've seen my Warlock run that I posted earlier in the week, I was using Cenotaph and grabbing Crota's Gaze, so I was more focused on a support role. In this run, I am focused on damage because Hunters are just the best class for burst damage all around, and Solar is surging this week. Lament is one of my favorite weapons. Blade Barrage is one of my favorite supers, so I'm just capitalizing on all that solar damage with Monochromatic Maestro for the 10% extra damage there on abilities and weapons that each match. So yeah, a lot of fun here. Start your scales, boost your Blade Barrage damage big time. I'm using a 2 loadout setup here. One for pre-damage phase, because the pre-damage phase environment is completely different. The gameplay is completely different than the boss damage part of the encounter. So I think it just makes sense to have 2 loadouts. You can swap your loadouts when it's convenient before damage, during an animation like a finisher, or casting your super, or just taking safety behind cover for a couple seconds to swap your loadouts. It's very easy. So this will allow you to be efficient in both aspects of the encounter. So for during setup, I'm basically focused on producing orbs of power and collecting ammo. So, reserves, scavenger mods, recuperation for health for survivability, Reaper, Harmonic Siphon, heavy-handed for all those knife trick kills. And then for damage, then I'm turning my armor charge that I've collected from having healthy finisher on this setup, because if you don't have an armor charge mod on this build, then you will not collect armor charge. So healthy finisher or special finisher. Actually, I think I was using special finisher in this run, just because you burn through a lot of fusion rifle Riptide ammo, dealing with all the unstoppables and the sword bearers. So yeah, now I'll have 3 stacks of armor charge for my damage loadout, which is going to turn into 22% more solar weapon damage for Lament for 45 seconds without having to pick up another orb, and 1 copy of Lucent Blades. Those are the 2 most important things that you need for this loadout: is Lucent Blades, at least 1 copy, and 3 copies of solar weapon surge mods. The rest doesn't really matter that much, except for, I would say, harmonic dexterity is probably the most useful thing on your arms that you could use, because if you do need to throw out a knife trick, like say you lose the well and you need to proc Radiant, you can throw a knife trick at Crota. You have to switch off Lament to use your knife trick, and then switch back to Lament. So having that dexterity mod there, will just allow you to get more DPS in, because you'll have less downtime. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the 2 setup loadouts. And then the aspects and fragments that I'm using here: Blade Barrage, like I said, Gambler's Dodge to get my knife trick back. On Solar, I'm pretty much always running Gambler's Dodge with knife trick, because with Knock 'em down, you get into the gameplay loop of getting your knife tricks refunded a lot. But if you don't get your knife trick refunded, then you can just dodge and get your knife trick back, and then all those knife trick kills are producing orbs of power. They're making fire sprites. The fire sprites are giving me restoration and grenade energy. Healing grenades are giving me restoration. I can throw them at my teammates, which is probably the most useful grenade to have on the solar subclass for Master Crota, or any Master content really. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the abilities. Then the fragments, torches to get radiant, solace to make radiant restoration last longer. This is key for boss damage. Even if you're running Ember of Empyrean, which I am here, with Ember of Empyrean, it's kind of like Devour. So when you're doing ad clear or killing lots of enemies, then Empyrean will refresh the restoration radiant timer. But when you're doing boss damage, you obviously can't refresh the timer by killing something because the boss is the only target that you're focused on. So you need to extend the duration from Ember of Solace, right? So this will give you like 50% more time on Radiant and Restoration. So you get like 12 seconds instead of 8 on Radiant. Ember of Mercy is when I pick up Fire Sprites, I get Restoration. Right, Fire Sprites automatically give you grenade energy, but this gives you the additional benefit of getting restoration. So it's just another way to get that whole restoration and radiant flowing together. And then Searing is to make the Fire Sprites, right? So defeating scorched targets creates fire sprites, so all my knife trick kills are making fire sprites, and all my callous mini tools are also creating fire sprites. And also with Ember of Searing, you get melee energy when defeating scorched targets, which is good because if for some reason I lose both my knife trick and my gambler's dodge, then I could just slay out with callous mini tool with incandescent, because the incandescent explosions will spread scorch, those targets will die, I will get melee energy back faster, and I will also get healing from Unrelenting, right? So this is kind of like the backup. Callous Mini Tool is the backup for losing my abilities, basically. Riptide is just a nice fusion rifle all around, rapid fire, so it's very easy quick to stun unstops and proc chill clip. So the 3 top shots of your mag will freeze targets, which is very useful on like the sword bear and the unstoppables. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as the loot goes, I got a sword breaker, threat detector and hatchling, and I think I'm probably going for Pugilist and 1-2 punch for a Syntheseps Banner of War Titan build. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else I would like on Swordbreaker, but yeah, out of the 11 adept weapons that I've got so far from doing the weekly master challenges on all 3 characters, I haven't got a roll that I'm happy with yet, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's part of rolling the dice and seeing what you get. So yeah, anyways, you can enjoy the gameplay next. Like I said, I'm first sword, so I'm not doing a whole lot of ad clear, but I can kind of hang on to the sword and use the Waveframe super to damage enemies at range. So like if my teammates stun the unstops, I can cast my super and not worry about getting up close and personal. Last thing you want to do is lose the sword or lose enlightenment. So you kind of have to play it safe, but you also want to support your teammates in some way. So play it safe, use the waveform super, throw those healing nades out to your teammates. Like I think in this run we had somebody with Aeons that was running around finishing all the champions, which is risky play. So be a good teammate, and you can throw your grenades while you have the sword. So throw healing nades out there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy the gameplay. I still got to do it on Titan. I'll probably, I'm thinking on Titan, I may try to do Tractor with a fusion rifle and Oversoul and Burning Maul to stagger Crota into a position where everybody can consistently get off Lament combos and not worry about the wells being destroyed every 5 seconds. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.
Okay, I'm 3/4. And grab. Kill. Sword bearer on left. Okay, one more sword. Watch out for wizards. Yep. Okay, on my count, 3, 2, 1, go. It's going to be bottom right. I'm at 3/4. Grab. I had special finishers, so okay, first sword is achieved. Watch out for wizards. Sword bearer in middle. That's 3 swords. Okay. Okay. Alright, get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Swap is top right. I'm at 3/4. Actually, I'm almost full. Okay, grab when I get here. Okay, kill knights. I made some special, I think. Sword bearer on left. In middle. Watch out behind you guys. Okay, that's 2 swords. Watch out for wizards. Just 1. Unstops are out. Okay, just kill the wizards and let's get ready. I'd say just put 1 well down right away. Okay, get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Challenge failed. Nice. GG's.